started up the stream and then my computer immediately crashed. So I'm going to be building some domain control here. I got the idea from somebody else, but I think it's a good one, is that with the new land cyclers, 1 mana, mountain, island, forest, swamp, plains cyclers, 5-color domain control probably could be pretty strong. And so I'm going to work on that. We may do like a Shelly variant. Let's see. Zoom editing. I haven't played any Shelly Ring. Maybe this is my Shelly Ring version. Oh, fucking fine. I'll craft them. Get rid of all these lands. These are bullshit. These count as lands. The ring's kind of like too powerful to not use. Alright, so we definitely want 4 of these. We definitely want 4 of these. 4 of these. These. These count as lands. I'm actually going to take them out. We know what they are. I want to get my mana base correct here. Alright, so this is 40 cards, which is too many. Minus Atraxa. Minus Karn. About planeswalkers that would be good in here. I do need board wipes. Are there any 5-color planeswalkers that would be good? Narset. Eugene. We also drop the ring package. Let's look at all 5-color multicolored cards. Kami War, Tom Bombadil, Slivers. Why is this highlighted? Kenny's interesting. I'm not sure about this package here. Maybe ring, pith, liquid. Platinum Angel. Come on, go in there. There. Like, this could also be an aggro deck with the Neshoba Brawlers, the Wild Nactals, the Territorial Kavus. Like, you could drop this package and run some, like, wards or some shit, something to boost the team. No Angel, just multicolored cards, please. Binding's pretty good. Just keep looking, actually. Pulse. I don't think I have Maelstrom Pulse, unfortunately. Just thinking about it. Mythos is interesting, though. Running the ring package, we probably don't need the Niv Mizzet package. That gets us to like almost playable. Pithing Needle, Liquid Metal Coating, One Ring, Platinum Angel, Cityscape, and then something to deal with graveyards. So like Graph, Diggers, and Torments. Cancel. Alright, now we need land cyclers. This 25 land should be good with a curve topping out at 4. So now we need land cycling. It's like cycle. So we're gonna very easily get domain. Alright, so what are the best ones in here? 5-7 for 6. 6-4 with trample for 6. That's pretty good. 6-5 was with like Super Menace for 6. And they're all pretty decent, but we definitely think that Lorien is probably the best. Let's just run 2 of each. Alright. Actually, that's too many. Drop one of the black, one of the white. So now we have 2, 4, 6, 8 land cyclers. I think that's probably enough. And then we want Triome. We don't need a ton. So what's the best one here? Green, red is really important, and white is really important. So things with... You take one of these since blue's not important. One of these is good. Actually, just think one of each Triome. And then dual lands. green, red, land. One of these, green, white, land. One of these, green, black, land. One of these. Black, white land. We want one of these. White, red land. One of these. Red, black land. One of these. Pay 2 life. Let's just look at pay 2 life. Pay 2 life. White, blue is not quite as important. We're kind of going light on blue here intentionally. We only have one card that uses it. So I think a second one of these would be good. A second one of these would be good. Second one of these would be good. Second one of these would be good. And then one forest. So that we can pass the basic check. Something like that. Let's take it for a spin. Let us take it for a spin. We don't get quite a full domain in one turn, but and we want Triumph with black in it. Shit. Doesn't actually. Okay. This adds 2. This adds 1. This adds 2. I think I'll do this. It's up to 4. Slap down a brawler. Oh shit, hang on just a second. Violet, you can't come down here, girl. So my Shih Tzu had surgery and she's got a donut and we don't want her walking down the stairs. So yeah, there's that. We'll take a ring. Ugh. There's the black. I'm thinking shock it in. Blue, red, white, green, black. Well, Helix the giant when he attacks with it. Is this giant themed? Giant tribal? Blue, black. This, sure. So I'm realizing a couple things here. Feels pretty good, honestly. We just went with Tribal Flames. Alright. I can live with that. So, for that, we're gonna do like this. 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 Enters tapped. Pass the turn. If he draws, we Bowmasters. If he doesn't do anything, we're gonna Tribal Flames. Okay, so this will deal 4 to everything. Sure. Oh, it's a sorcery. Okay, Bowmasters then. Seems pretty good. Certainly didn't feel bad to play. I think the land balance is off a bit. You need... I need like blue, black. I need either that or we could drop the... Well, let's play it a couple more rounds. Being able to assemble domain that easily is pretty cool, I gotta say. Domain on turn 2, like most of the time probably. You got 8 cycling cards and every land except one of the dual lands, so you're gonna get a dual land into a cycle for a triome. This is 4. Kavu. Squirrel. Cauldron. So we're gonna have to hold up Leyline Binding from this point forward. Or maybe not. Alright, so... green, blue, maybe? Block. Oh, he can't block with Cauldron Familiar, so he just has to take it. I forgot. Alright, then we're just chilling. So how do we fucking stop this from happening? Rain. Make food. Take 3. No, 2. 2 life. Hold on.
To work with the Angel, who is a developer, to do the knowledge transfer for the project.
Okay, meeting adjourned. I really don't know, man. I don't know. I think probably not. I think it'll get banned actually. I think that, like, honestly, the One Ring is one of the most powerful cards they've printed in a long time. Like, I would say that the One Ring is like near like Power 9 level. Well, are we just dead? Doesn't appear to be the case. Like, I think that the One Ring would actually be right at home in the Power 9. I actually think that the Moxen are... Well, okay, so the Moxen are insane in the case where you can have them in your opening hand. In the case of, like, what the fuck is it? The Oracle, the Alpha, the Moxen are like dead draws. Sure. Like it's not as powerful as Time Walk, and it's not as powerful as Ancestral Recall, and it's not as powerful as Black Lotus. But is it as powerful as a Moxen? Yeah, I think so. I think it's more powerful than a Mox. If it wasn't for the fact that it also gives you like the pseudo fog effect, it would be less pushed. But because it's basically a fog effect, and it, so you can think of it like this, right? If you're not playing a deck that has a lot of interactable board presence, it buys you a turn, so it's a time walk, and in that span of time, it's also indestructible, so it's hard to deal with, and in that span of time of buying you a turn, it also draws you 3 cards. So it's basically Time Walk plus Ancestral Recall for 4 mana. Pretty good. Yeah. It's bananas. I think we can tell by how much it's warped the format of Historic that it's good, you know? Alright, so we need to be able to... So... I need... we're gonna take a big hit. I don't think there's a way around it. Yeah. Because it's completely distorting the format because of how strong it is. Which is a bummer because I built a few decks that I really like to use it, but I do think that it will catch a ban. Green, black. It's Wizards versus One Ring is basically the Historic meta. I actually think it's the most powerful card they've printed. Like, I can't even remember the last time they printed a card as powerful as the Ring. It would have been... Basically, it's the most powerful card they've printed since before they learned how to balance cards properly. Maybe. I don't know. I think Ring is more powerful than Oko. Oh yeah, Uro. I don't even think Uro was that bad. Like Uro wasn't. I don't think the ban on Uro and Historic makes sense because I honestly don't think it's as bad as like. First of all, Historic's a turn 3 format. It costs 3 mana. Okay, and it doesn't even hit the ground. It just draws you a card and puts a land. Uro is not even remotely busted compared to the current meta. So what are we lacking? Green. So we're gonna cycle this for green. Like, Uro is fair magic in this meta, you know? Like, some of the stuff they have banned right now is kind of silly, considering the power level of other cards in the format. Bounces his own card. Okay. Which is a bummer to me because I like ramp decks. And I like playing like janky ramp decks. And Uro is like the perfect card for that. Especially with prime time in the format. Ooh, I would love to make an Uro prime time deck. Tybalt's Trickery I understand, but I do miss my Tybalt's Trickery deck. Chaotic fun. Chaotic unreliable fun. I was looking at the ban list for Historic, and it's like, some of the stuff makes sense, and some of it doesn't. Some of it might have made sense. So, like, here's the thing about Uro, right? They banned Uro because Field of the Dead was dominant. And then they banned Field of the Dead, but they didn't unban Uro. And it's like, without Field of the Dead, Uro isn't really that dangerous. The main thing about Uro was that Field of the Dead was a completely busted and strong deck, which I also miss. No reckless charge, please. He's definitely got it though, right? No, that's just a static discharge. It still kills us. Alright. Scoop. I wonder if I took the ring package out of this deck, if it would still work. How do I find the banned cards? Hold on a second. I'm gonna take a look at what makes sense and what doesn't. Historic ban list. Ban and restricted. Standard, vintage, legacy, commander, block, Pauper, Pioneer, Historic. Okay. Agent of Treachery doesn't make sense to me. It's a reasonable card. You can reanimate it, so what? You can, like, there's decks that reanimate and just win when they reanimate, so I don't think that's a big deal. Brainstorm makes total sense to me that that would be banned. Channel makes total sense to me that that would be banned. Counterspell, I can definitely accept that as bannable since it's just a fucking, like, it's a auto include in any deck. Dark Ritual makes sense. Demonic Tutor makes sense. Sort of, I guess. Yeah, I would say Demonic Tutors makes sense. Field of the Dead, as much as I hate to say it, makes sense. It's insane. Lightning Bolt makes sense. Memory Lapse makes sense because it just makes the whole format obnoxious. Natural Order, I don't know what that does. Nexus of Fate, I don't think needs to be banned. Oko makes sense. Omnath doesn't make sense. Omnath is a fair Magic card. Once Upon a Time makes sense. Swords to Plowshares doesn't make sense. There's better removal in the format already than Swords to Plowshares, so I don't think that really makes sense. Thassa's Oracle, I mean, I don't, like, they just did that to nerf, Tainted Pact, but, like, Tainted Pact was never a tier 1 deck, so I don't think Thassa's Oracle actually makes sense. Tybalt's Trickery, I understand why they banned it. I wish they'd unbanned it, because I had a lot of fun with that deck. Time Warp makes more sense than Nexus of Fate to ban. So I think Nexus of Fate would be fine, but Time Warp is not. Uro doesn't need to be banned. Uro is dumb to be banned. Veil of Summer. What does Veil of Summer do? Winota being banned is stupid. This is trash. Why is this banned? It's a sideboard card. It's literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Wilderness Reclamation makes sense. That shit was busted too. Winota doesn't make sense. And the Brawl ban list makes sense because they're all stuff that targets a specific card and makes it so that the opponent can't play it or can't use it. And if the opponent has a commander and you just Pithing Needle the commander or Ruined Halo the commander, then, like, it does make sense to me that you would ban those in commander. But, like, so a lot of the ban list makes sense, but a lot of it doesn't. Like, let's see, what were the things that I would bring back in? Agent of Treachery would come back in. It's Natural Order. I can understand why this is banned. It's too strong in elves. It's like insane in elves because you just always get Crater Hoof. So that makes sense. This is a fair Magic card. Nexus of Fate, absolutely fine. I think this should be unbanned. Oko should stay banned. Omnath should be unbanned. Oh, they did unban it. Okay, that makes sense. So this is an old article then. So that makes sense to me. So they actually did unban that one. Once Upon a Time should stay banned because free draw on turn 1, like, is silly. Like, you get free draw in selection on turn 1 for no cost. You get a creature or land from the top of your library for free from 5 cards for on the first turn for no mana. That's insane. Tybalt's Trickery, Time Warp makes sense. Uro doesn't make sense. I miss him. I miss Uro. Like, is this even as busted as Kroxa in the current meta? I don't think so. Nobody's running ramp. Wilderness Reclamation was just busted. And Winota, did they... Okay, they unbanned Winota. So 2 of these they did unban. Ooh, Winota Brew maybe. Human. Oh, they nerfed it. That's what it was. They nerfed it and brought it back in. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, like, some of the stuff doesn't make sense, some of it does. How about Agent? Did they ever bring that back? Nope. Like, this is a 7 mana steal your shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's busted. And I would say that I would say that I would, like, if I was in hindsight, I would say when Adrian and Treachery gain control of target permanent until it leaves the battlefield, or something like that. That would make it way less busted. But even as it is, it's like, because, like, let's see. If I wanted to reanimate something, right? I could reanimate this, or I could reanimate a Emergent Ultimatum and just win the game. Right? So it doesn't make a ton of sense. So, like, actually, that was another one I wanted to take a look at again. Let's take a look at my old Dragonstorm deck. We might be able to improve this. Although I'm not entirely sure how, because it looks pretty good. Let's see how this performs. I bet it still works. The only thing that I could add would be a way for it to go off earlier. Swords of Plowshare, I think, like, Swords and Lightning Bolt could conceivably come in. It's just like you're in danger of just like making mono red and wizards even better than they already are. Thrilling Discovery to pitch. Scholar and Unburial Rites. And then find a way to get rid of the Emergent Ultimatum and just win. The deck is also Thoughtseize resistant. I mean, he's going to take Thrilling Discovery if he's smart. Discard's dangerous against us, though, because, like, we actually want all these cards to be in the graveyard. Alright. About to hardcast Terror of the Peaks. Not the best way you want to be casting Mizzix Mastery, but... We're actually going to pitch Emergent and Scholar. Because if we pick up a land, we can hardcast Unburial Rites. Perfect. Alright, so opponent's got to kill us this turn. Why didn't you do that when I was drawing 3 cards, bro? Gonna be hard to win, opponent. Do you have 2 Thoughtseizes? Because that's what it's gonna take. Takes that in hopes of interacting with it. Oh, that's the worst card we could have drawn in the whole deck. We can actually make it happen. So we take Dragonstorm. Normally we would take Final Parting here, but we can't. So we need Scholar and Faithless Looting. Cast this first. Cast this. Yeah, okay. Dragonstorm's still a solid deck. I think I need to like do a deck like doctor on it and figure out how to make it go off on turn 3 though. It's very reliable turn 4 kill deck. I'm gonna play one more game, then I need to go snag some lunch. And I'll probably be back on in an hour or two, or maybe even less. I just need to pop out to a drive-thru or some shit. I guess I could make a sandwich. I can make like a... Yeah, maybe I'll just make a sandwich here. I got the fixings to make like a toasted honey mustard chicken grinder. That'd be good. Discovery, Wishclaw, Bladewing, Scholar. This is better. Not many people are running like heavy graveyard interaction nowadays because everybody's hating out the ring deck, so it might be time for Dragonstorm to make a comeback. I don't understand the art for this Faithless Looting, but whatever. Have to hit our land next turn. Okay, we did it. So opponent either combos us out here or dies. Note that opponent, is on Charbelcher, which is a potential turn 3 combo deck sometimes. And we are a solid turn 4 combo deck. Alright, so we grab Dragonstorm, Scholar, Final Parting. And win the game. If I'm not going out to eat, then I have time for maybe another game or two. Yeah, I want him to bring Uro back, like, a lot. It would help the Gates deck a lot. It'd help a lot of stuff. Hello. That looks familiar. Ramping. Maybe I'll get some ideas for my domain deck from this guy's domain deck. Although he hasn't cast any landcycling yet, which makes me think that he hasn't updated it. 5 more. Sure. Oh, opponent discards at prime time. Alright. Need one more gate. That'll do. Creatures, enchantments, graveyards, artifacts. Let's go. Looking pretty good. Oh shit. Tapped the wrong mana for that. Unfortunate. We just need mazes in now. Yeah, I like it too. I mean, we're dead here. Oh, we're not dead. I've always been a fan of the more control-y gate decks. I like the... I don't necessarily like the Gatebreaker Ram version. I tend to like the stack board wipes and ramp version, and win with mazes in. And mazes in is a great combination. This is like very hard to deal with. Primetime Growth Spiral, no blue mana though. But I'm gonna keep it anyway because we can gain 6 life with this hand while we're ramping. Yes, Primetime is sick in this deck because of, like, basically if you win it, you win on the next turn usually. Yeah, I could give a fuck about you scrying, dude. Like, that's a terrible card. Gets life. Gets no value from it though, so whatever. Okay, play your +1/+1 dork now. Nope, it's just another 1 life gainer. Okay. Oh boy. What's this do? Nothing? Okay, we can live with that. Gains a billion life, but we don't care because we're running Mace's End as our win condition. Now we just prime time and win. It's a lot of life. Yikes. Bonk, 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 bonk. Assuming we don't die next turn, that is. Ooh. It's a Mace's End, but I can get one out of my deck, so I'm not super concerned with that. Played this one. I maybe should have played that, but 5, 6. We're gonna take a idea. Just came life. I do want to put this on there. Alright, prime time versus the Horde. So many tokens. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so we should win here, I think. 6, 7, 8. Nine, 10. Eleven, 12. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got there. I didn't check. I didn't count this time, but I'm pretty sure we have at least 10. Oh, and it's not legendary. How wonderful is that? Yeah, it does. You count, so when you count for Maze's End, count Maze's End as one of your gates. So if you're counting, it just counts as one gate, since it's going to tutor one. Yeah, so you want, like, when you build this, don't fall into the trap. Don't put more than 2 of any gate in your deck. And, like, you want to run almost singleton gates, if you can. So 1 each of all the tap to seek gates, 1 each of all the multicolor gates, and then you can run 2 of your prime colors, which is green, blue, red. Green, blue, red, white, really, are your prime colors. So you could run 2 each of those, but... How good this. No white mana, but as soon as I got one, I would have 2 because of Plaza. It just makes it easier to not fuck up with the deck when most of your lands are one-ofs. Less brain power required. Self-mill. Okay. Not incredibly ideal. We don't really interact with this in any way, shape, or form. Except for Gates Ablaze, which doesn't help us too much. So we're hoping to get to route mana. Forcing in a... just playing in Bloodghast manually isn't the worst thing I could see. This is like a tier 2 deck. It's good, but it's not tier 1. It's like the Karn deck. I would put it about the same power level as the, like, Paradox Engine deck. Second Bloodghast played. This is like if your opponent has 10 or less. Yeah, okay. So lifelink is actually relevant here. We can route next turn to grab all our missing lands. We're going to take a bunch of damage, though. It would also accept a gate with red and white. That would be nice. Don't know what opponent's on. Manually casting Prized Amalgam isn't the worst thing that we could see. Ooh. Hello. So I play this, I could Gates Ablaze this turn. He can get most of it back. Or I could be greedy and route and set up to purge next turn, which is probably better. So get Baldur's Gate and something else. Baldur's. Because this guy definitely does not want all this shit sitting in the Purge Exile. He'd rather it be in the graveyard. So, what are you doing? Just... okay. Play our 1-of Gate Colossus. I have in the past. I'm mostly best of 1 player just because it's easier to get in and out of games. And I feel like it's... I tend to lean towards the combo jank side of things. And combo jank thrives in best of 1. But yeah, I've played best of 3 in the past. I mean, when I played as a kid and throughout my 20s, it was all best of 3 tournament stuff, so. Yeah, because I could see that. It's like very easy to sideboard against. Like, you just bring in Graveyard Hate, and like, the Graveyard Hate is so fucking potent that it's like going to be very hard. There's prime time. Yeah. Bonk. Okay, so we got prime time next turn. I could see it. It doesn't Yeah, I think I could definitely agree with that. There's a lot of potent like self mill cards that you could use in its place. Like I mean, he's probably running Glimpse of the Unthinkable anyway, though. So I don't know. I definitely agree it's not as potent without Dredge. You can fucking pitch 2 Stinkweeds and then cast it and Dredge 10. Well, as fun as it would be to play Prime Time, I don't actually need to because I have Kicker for this, so we're just gonna smack him. I just wish I could put Uro in the stack. Like, I would love to replace the growth spirals with Uros. Like, if I could drop these, maybe go down to 1 to 3 Explorers and put 3 Uros, I think it would be, mwah, chef's kiss. It's such a bummer because it's like such an obvious fit. It's like, oh my god, it goes right here. It's obvious. Good draw. Slivers? Slivers another one that I kind of wish would get some love. Part of me wants to say we just are super greedy here and we just ramp. Because we're like already almost there. Next turn we can Gates Ablaze Prime Time. Alright, El Spooky. El Spooko. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tap this for 7 green. Call it Gates Ablaze. Prime Time. Maze's End and a 1-up Guild Gate. Play the Beast, or the Grazer, just to chum block, and then we just win next round. Prime Time is sick in this deck. It basically just says, you win the game next turn. Oops. Oh well. It fucking... Are you... Oops. Are you kidding me? It didn't even give me the choice, it just paid it. Alright, well, you can kill us still a sliver deck with two cards. It's cause it was like on the trigger for this and I was trying to respond to the trigger. And it just failed. That's actually pretty good. The one time they're in portals actually okay. Alright, sure. Ooh, that's not bad at all. I don't think I had 4 of those yet. I don't mind hitting cards like that as rewards. Like little Tef too. Man, I miss Little Tef. I miss 3-mana Little Tef. It was such a good, like, fuck you to counterspell decks. I ran 4 of in my This is a hard choice. I'm thinking that so I ran that in my Field of the Dead deck, 4 of, just like no interaction. Yeah, I mean it's definitely this one. I'm kind of regretting, as soon as I top deck the land, I'm like, shit. I should have fucking got the, I should have taken the, Guild Summit instead, but, alright, so we'll do, how do I do this right? I think we're just gonna go bam, bam. Bam. Gain 3 life. Which could actually be relevant against the Nizit deck, although this feels more like a control footing. The mana base is less aggressive. Play with Fires, my 23 life. Spry. I just liked Little Tef because I like to play combo all over the place, and it's like, it just screws over control players a lot. So shoot me again. Now, do we stick this Grazer in the way? I think we do. It's -3 damage. Alright, so we got Maze's End, Explore, into Gateway Plaza. I need No, we gotta do it like this. Open the gates. Baldur's Gate. This comes in untapped. Play this. Play this. Play this. Auto pay. And we can prime time. I mean, he can just wreck charge himself again, or he can hit me with double play with fire, Dreadhorde Arcanist. That's what it feels like he's doing? No. Yeah, it's reckless charging again, alright. What if I use prime time to just fetch up double light? Kind of what I'm thinking. Is that last card a Wizard's Lightning? That's our question. Okay, he just goes all in. We will block. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Gain more life. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Graveyards, enchantments, artifacts. We're gonna let him keep the fucking dork. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, that's a Soulscar Mage. And no attacks. So I have the route. I'm not gonna attack. Wait. Okay. This one, I think, out of the recent brews, this has been my favorite. Now, out of the slightly before that brews, it's definitely the red-white book deck is my favorite. Yikes. That's spooky. Oh, we're dead. And this is the reason why it'll never be tier 1. Right here. Alright. Yep. Yep. So, Arboreal Grazer. I'm trying to think of what can save us. Not much. Alright, we're dead. I have a feeling that my Jund deck would fucking eat this shit for breakfast. Just like the tap land on turn 1 is fucking... Sometimes it's just like, okay, you lose. Not good enough. Oh, we're gonna be completely fucked if we don't get a land off the top. South Milligan. Okay. That is a land. Uh-oh. That's not great. Not great. That's good, though. We'll take it. They're a pretty high life total. We're not under immediate deadly threat. We got route mana. Okay, 2 more 2/2s. I think you hold the land for after your mill. He would have got another amalgam. I think Bloodghast is insane. Like, in the right deck, it's actually, you know what, Bloodghast would actually be really good in these, potentially in the sacrifice deck. But I think that Bloodghast is an insane card. I mean, we're probably just dead here. We can green mana, open the gates for Baldur's Gate, play it, draw a card, route, take a damage. I'm pretty sure we're dead. I haven't done the math. We're taking at least 7, 8, 9, 10. I count. So, no. That makes it lethal. Alright, we're dead. Anything, like, pretty fast can... Yeah. And, like, honestly, it's not like we can't win that matchup. It's just, we didn't win it. We need our 3 mana wipes. Explore, Guild Summit, Gates Ablaze. Yeah, alright. It's slow, but at least I have a board wipe this time. Discard. Oh, it's like just an all discard deck. All right. Well, he needs it to Guild Summit. It's Gates Ablaze. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm gonna go grab Baldur's Gate. That's good. What do I want my next turn to look like? I think I'm just gonna ramp. That's his whole turn? Alright. And I will probably lose the Guild Summit, but I can start cycling the mazes in and win that way. He doesn't have a big board presence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 next turn. We can start peeling cards off of this too. Sure. Like, our clock is faster than his at this point. We can use that to draw lands as well. Fieldred speeds the clock up a little bit, but not necessarily an insurmountable amount. Let's see. Draw a card. Oh, and there's a Gates Place. That's great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so let's go ahead and... No, not like that. Like this. Red mana. Gates Ablaze. Get another gate. Play Maze's End. Play Growth Spiral. Play Gate Colossus. Perfect. Yes, you can't trust it. I think it's good when it's just figuring out like colors and shit, but it's really fucking bad when it's like trying to figure out a bunch of different utility lands. Like, it's not smart, they just have like a priority system. You know what I'm saying? And it works as long as like you're trying to usually tap colors efficiently and things like that, but if you're trying to like use your lands to do stuff, it's really dangerous. It's definitely made me lose multiple times. I mean, technically I made me lose by not paying attention, but like, yeah. I mean, I've got the stuff to make Aetherworks Marvel decks. You You could add, that deck is actually better now too because there's more omnisciences in the format. Oh no, they're viable. You just load your deck up with omnisciences and like fucking bombs, and you get it. It's absolutely viable, I think. Especially now that you got omniscience, but you also have the other one. Like I forget what it's called, but the other blue spell they printed. It's like it gives you a cast one spell for free per turn, but also you can play cards from the top of your library. And like if you hit either one of those and your deck is constructed right, like you can play you can also play Genesis Ultimatum, and you just run that as your combo pieces, and then you run all the ramp up shit, and like basically as soon as you spin you're probably gonna win. I think it's actually a pretty reasonably powerful deck. Like ooh, that might actually be fun to brew up now that with the new omnisciences. I don't know what's going on with opponent here. I have to lay hands on some of those omniscience cards, but that does sound like a fun deck. You get your nice like wall of early creatures because of the energy requirements. So like it does like kind of put up a defense somewhat. It's not great. It's not like an aggro deck or anything, but like it's stall fodder, right? And as soon as you hit like a Genesis Ultimatum, you hit like omniscience and that other shit, and you just your whole deck just goes brr. I think I'm far away from blue, so let's do that. Oh, hello. Gates versus Gates, huh? Yikes. Scary. Oh, that's good though. Not good. That's not good. Shit. We'll pull a card off of Gate to Sea Tower at the end of his turn. That's not good. There's the mazes in. So what's he at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Alright. We stopped it before it got insanely dangerous. We're gonna actually just pull a card right now. You can start just using mazes in. Sure. We have catching up to do. I don't know, man. I don't know about the ring in this deck. I mean, I guess it goes in any deck. but that's no. Boulders, there's only 2 of these in the deck because you have so much tutor, and I still ended up with both of them in my hand at the same time, which is not great. Alright, is that lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can't tap it this turn, but I don't have anything to stop it, so... Maybe the One Ring does go in this deck. I don't know. Maybe it just goes in every deck. Alright, we're dead. And now, I need to go get some lunch and do some work, so I'm going to be back on a little bit later this afternoon. After I get off work, probably.